We're live. I think we're live. Let me just adjust this here. Oh, we are now live. Hi. Oh, there are those notes that come up. Let me get rid of all these notes. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday after a long weekend. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. It's pretty much Monday, but Tuesday. Beautiful sunny day here in Bermuda. We are into September, very excited about that, as I mentioned in my previous video. So today I just want to hop on briefly because I want to share with you guys something that is so important that people are usually, it's like an aha moment that happens in a session when I'm working with somebody, or like one-on-one, or it happens when I'm just speaking to people. This is what happened yesterday. I was having a lovely lunch with these two girlfriends of mine, actually one that I knew and one was visiting her, and I'd never met this one before. And at the end of our lunch, she shared with me that she was like, I know I'm 42 and I've just been putting on a bit of weight. It's probably what I'm eating because I know that I'm eating some junk and stuff like that, but like, could you give me any pointers? So I get this all the time. It's it's something that is actually it's cute. So I did actually, she was an incredibly cool person, and I felt open to actually sharing some of the stuff. I usually don't, I'll be honest. It's not like you'd ask a lawyer for like legal advice right there at lunch. But you know what, it felt right, it felt comfortable, that was fine. So she wanted some pointers, and this is one of the most interesting pointers. I wanted to like hop on a call with you guys yesterday when I got off, when I left lunch, except for that I had a whole bunch of things to do in my personal life. So as we're now into the work day, I get to share this with you that I really wanted to jump on and share with you yesterday after I shared with her some of my general pointers that will really get you where you want to be. If you actually bring these into your life. Now, they're super simple. There's a lot of simplicity to it, but they're not easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, not that it's not easy. I find it tremendously easy, but what I'm trying to say is that it's, you know what, you really have to do these things, right, to actually get the results that you want to do. Oh, let me plug in. I didn't think about doing that. I just like decided to hop on. I finished with a client and then wanted to hop on with you guys. All right. So I want to talk to you about one of the most important things when it comes to weight loss. One of the most important things when it comes to weight loss. So, well, first of all, prior to that one is getting nutrition into your body. So if you're on some kind of weight loss program or you're having a bunch of junk processed foods, that's not the right one to do. Okay. You need to get nutrients into your body. I'm always saying, our cells need nutrients. This biology, this physiology needs nutrients to survive. We don't get iron, we don't get calcium, we don't get vitamin C, we don't get the B vitamins, we don't get any of that from breathing air or hugging our dogs or going to work. It just doesn't happen. We actually need to put things into our mouth to get those nutrients, right? Getting nutrients into your body is so important for weight loss. It's unbelievable. You guys, like those nutrients, when we have all these cravings, which is one of the things that this person at lunch yesterday was saying, like, I've got all these cravings, salty, sweet, salty, sweet. A lot of times, although not always, so I'll go into the next one too, cravings can come from a lack, like nutritional deficiencies. We have deficiencies in our body, like we are sluggish and we are craving this and craving that. And the thing is that it's super sneaky sometimes is that we have like these salty cravings. I talked about cravings before. It's not like the chips are actually going to like really nourish us and like fuel our cells and help us figure out that nutritional deficiency and like make it go away. So getting all the nutrients into your body, I'm saying through real whole foods, that you're actually getting nutrition into your body that's fueling up your cells so that they're like saturated with these nutrients, you're less likely to have weight problems. You're less likely to have cravings. Okay? Point one. This is what I really wanted to get to today. It's called finding your fulfillment. Finding your fulfillment is such a key in weight loss. It is such a key in weight loss. And I go through this in my coaching practice. I have been doing this particular method and style from the very get-go when I started coaching one-on-one with people. And I use it still today. It's that powerful, it's that potent, it's that important for you to get the results that you want to get in your life, getting all of that energy, getting that vitality, getting that blood work, getting all of that that body composition that you really want, all of those body composition goals and all of that stuff, and the weight loss, you want that, you know, the excess that you're not interested in holding on to anymore, you want to let it go, you know, but you're stuck in these subpar like snacking habits. Oh, I should do a video on snacking. I have a lot to say about snacking in a way that you probably haven't thought of. So so sorry, that sort of distracted me. I got quite distracted. I'm really sorry. Okay, so one of the most important pieces of weight loss and overall great body composition and great nutrition and great health and not having subpar health habits is finding your fulfillment. It's finding your fulfillment. I would tell you that this is kind of a big secret, even though it's a huge aha moment when I speak to clients about it, because we live in the West where the diet industry pretty much dominates the discourse on health and nutrition, okay? The diet industry that's trying to sell you like diet junk, diets, and stuff like that, they're leading and they're the most loudest voice when it comes to nutrition as the diet industry in the West, okay? So it's not like we have a really solid, like wise leader in this area, right? So unfortunately, we're sort of bombarded with like things like, oh, you have too big of an appetite, you need to take a appetite suppressant, or an injection, or a pill, or a tea, or, you know, some kind of something to suppress your appetite because, you know, big smack on your hand or on your tush, you have too much of an appetite. You know, it's seen as a problem, like there's something wrong, like you're never going to get your weight loss goals if you keep snacking and eating like that and eating all like this. Okay, there is another way, so that's inside the box. We live inside the Western diet industry discourse box. That's the dominant culture, that's the dominant prevailing, you know, it's almost like it's the invisible constant environment, okay? Push that box aside. You don't need a pill. You don't need a tea to suppress your appetite. You don't need a new diet to suppress your appetite. You don't need, you know, there's another way, and that is to find your fulfillment, you guys. Find your fulfillment. We are eating as a substitute for something that is bigger, something that is more fulfilling than the food that you're using as a crutch to get you that satisfaction, that fulfillment that you want in the moment. That's just like, it's just alleviating. It's like soothing that food is just alleviating it temporarily. The fulfillment that you need isn't there, right? And sometimes we get that far, we're like, well, this isn't really helping, right? It's not really fulfilling me, you know. And sometimes we even get so far as knowing what I need to feel fulfilled is, right? Not being bored at work, not sitting on all these boring Zoom meetings, not sitting, you know, not maybe having more love in my life. Maybe it's, you know, having a deep spiritual practice. Sometimes we know what it is. Some people don't. People usually don't know about the deep spiritual practice unless they have some idea of how fulfilling that is. But what I bring in sessions is a map. We do well with maps. When you're about to enter a new territory and like a whole new horizon, isn't it great to have a map before you get into the woods, right? So Brendan Burchard always says the time to have a map is before you get into the woods. So that's what I'm here for. I have the map, okay? I have the map that's going to help you before you get into the woods. How do we find your fulfillment? That's something that I teach in all of my programs. It's in Radiant Health Goddess, which is a women's nutrition reset, 10 weeks. Really, really amazing program. It's in my Energize Executive program, so that's in that program. It's in one-on-one coaching because no one is missing this, okay? When they're working with me, we are going to talk about finding your fulfillment. Everyone is different, but in general, I see a common thread. We work with this map on finding your fulfillment. It's so exciting. It's mind-blowing. The difference in your life and how subpar nutrition, subpar health and eating patterns just slip away when you find fulfillment, okay? And the more that we learn and this skill, the more that we practice the skill of finding our true fulfillment, the more that we build this muscle, right? So we've got this like building fulfillment muscle. Like I feel even to this day, I do have cravings. You know, something will happen. I'll be like, oh, I really want this. You know, and if it happens again, I'd be like, oh, I want this again. That's when I know I have to stop myself and go, what am I hungry for? What am I really hungry for? Incredible book by Deepak Chopra, second one over there, the yellow. It's hard to find your navigation when you're on Zoom. Yellow one. What Are You Hungry For by Deepak Chopra. Should be mandatory reading for everybody in high school. What are you hungry for? We need to find what you're really hungry for. I'll give you an example from my dad. My dad he's been retired for a while, so he will sit and watch sports. And he loves to watch sports. He'll watch every kind of sport you can possibly imagine on TV, right? So, and he's got a very physical job, and Dad really loves to watch sports. When he watches sports, he'll often find himself snacking. So he'll start snacking and be like Polish kielbasa, Polish pickles, artichokes, but a lot of like extra, little things, crackers and stuff. So that means he generally gains weight with this kind of subpar health habits. He's like watching the show, he wants to, he's watching the game, he wants to eat something, right? So, okay, the moment the dad gets something that's fulfilling in his life, like his friend Wayne will call him up and say, hey, I'm building a shed, Peter, can you come and help me with the shed? My dad's like, oh, I got this. I'm gone, guys. Wayne needs help with the shed, and he's going to be at the Home Depot. They're in Canada, right? The Home Depot. He's going to be like figuring this out. Oh, we can put the new barn door. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. These kind of sidings, this kind of shingles, this kind of thing. We need these. We need the drills. We need this. Dad doesn't snack at all. He is so fulfilled. Like he has a project. It's got a beginning and an end, and he's on it, right? And there's like the snacking. It falls away. It's not even a thought. It's not like you have to sit down and be like, I need to take an appetite suppressant pill so I don't snack all the time. And also, I need to really monitor myself and all this kind of stuff. No! When we find our fulfillment, you don't have to then go through an exercise of reducing your appetite for all the junk you had an appetite for before. It's not like that. Finding your fulfillment is a whole other level. You ascend to a higher vibration as a human being, and so you're not stuck in this low vibration, like trying to figure out, how do I kill my appetite? Oh, I'm snacking too much on this. Oh, bad me. Oh, I gotta do this. And oh, I should probably, no, it's, you're not even, you don't have to attack the problem at the level of the problem, okay? That is something that's so important. Attacking the problem at the level of the problem will not get you the solution. You have to ascend above the problem, okay? It's getting a bit philosophical here. Try to stay with me. If you ascend above the problem goes away, okay? The problem goes away. Ascending above the problem to a higher vibration as a human being, coming from abundance, coming from excitement, coming from love, passion, coming from, when my dad has that project, he's in love with the project. He's passionate about the project. He feels abundant. He has this whole thing he's got to do. He's got this. He's using his skill sets. He's being physical. It's not a problem. And he's not down at the level of the problem with the snacking problem. Okay, it's not this gone, right? My side effects, not side effects. That's for medication. Don't. Side effects. Sound effects, right? Okay. Ascend above the level of the problem. The snacking is the problem. The constantly eating at night is the problem. You get up in the middle of the night to eat, it's a problem. You're eating ice cream too often, it's a problem. You've got all this problem. You need to ascend above the problem, okay? Find out, what are you hungry for? Mr., Mrs., you guys, what are you hungry for? And then from there, go and pursue what you're really hungry for. Right? So that takes another level of coaching, is like that courage to get up and do it, right? You don't really have the courage sometimes to leave a job and go out there into the world, but I'm finding my clients have potential to here and their positions are here. You have a gap between position and potential. This is a huge killer of great body composition and health. You actually have a massive problem between potential and where your position is. This gap is boredom. It's dreadful boredom. It's a type of a dying when your potential is here and your position is here. It's a type of boredom death. You just want to snack. Okay? You want to eat your feelings because you don't enjoy where you're at, because your potential's like here. In relationships, if your potential is here, you're dating someone who's here, all right, they're not a high value person, you're going to have a gap. You're constantly going to be arguing. There's a whole bunch of mess happens in this gap. You're not fulfilled passion disappears because all there is dislike and disrespect, you have a gap that's a problem. These gaps, I identify these gaps with my clients. Yeah, we get personal about things. You know what I mean? Because your fulfillment is one of my top priorities. That you find your fulfillment and that you pursue your fulfillment. Right? And that can be in so many areas. And a lot of times people don't even know how much fulfillment they would receive from physical activity, right? It's one of those things that so lifts us up, especially if you're outdoors and you're like running through a nature reserve, like Spittle Pond Nature Reserve, or you're swimming in the ocean. And if you're not there yet, then when you're at the gym and you feel this pump, you feel a flush of endorphins. You're not going there, oh, I feel so good, I just want to binge on chips now. No, said nobody ever, right? Your fulfillment is that important. We can't just push it to the side, right? We can't just say everything else takes priority over my fulfillment. The moment that you decide my fulfillment is so important, I'm going to pursue my fulfillment in different areas, and that includes sometimes your home environment. If your home environment is like an upside down mess, and you walk in and you feel stressed out, you get that tension headache when you get into your house, or maybe your office is a mess and your stuff is piled all over the place. A part of finding our fulfillment is also knowing that we're fulfilled by clean and organized spaces. You know, it gives us a sense of knowing things are good. Nothing is out of control. Nothing is out of hand. Nothing is unbearably untangleable. You know, however it is you feel when you walk into a house that stresses you out, fulfillment comes in so many different areas of life, right? And it's so important to find our fulfillment. It will keep you slim for life when you know, I'm having a craving for ice cream. I need to do this. This must be what I'm actually craving. What am I really after, right? What can really fulfill me? What am I hungry for? For the bigger picture, on a bigger picture scale. I soon get to know my clients to the point where I know what they're hungry for, sometimes before they do, right? So it's just the way I'm attuned in my role, in the work that I've done through my experience. I'm attuned to what is going to be your fulfillment. Like what, and it's different things at different times, right? Sometimes just that good night's sleep will bring you all the fulfillment that you thought was all these smaller other things, but that good night's sleep made you feel so refreshed, so restored, so rejuvenated that you're just like, whew, it was nothing else. I needed a really good night's sleep. Do you know what I mean? So all of these different areas of life, I have a map, we go into it. It's so cool finding out what your fulfillment is so that you can explode your life and live from a sense of abundance and knowing that when you look back on your life, you don't have regrets. You know, from the point that you started working with me, there's no regrets. You feel like, you know what, not only did I get the body composition that I was going for, but I found the things that fulfill me in life, right? So I always incorporate life coaching into what I do because it's so important. Nutrition aside from life, it's not like a isolated thing that you can just, here, right? It's like, oh, your environment doesn't matter. It totally matters, right? So that's why the coaching comes in as different from other nutrition strategists and specialists. This is such an important piece. So integrating your entire life into this helps you find your fulfillment, helps you become that person who knows how to do that on an ongoing basis, sustainable for the rest of your entire life, so that you have this tool that like other people, they just don't have. They're just going to keep eating the donuts. They're just going to keep eating the ice cream. They're just going to keep eating the brownies. They're just going to keep eating the chips because they haven't found their fulfillment, because they don't even know how. They've never had a map. They've never been shown a map. They've never been told it's possible. They've never been seen and met someone who's done it. Sometimes all it takes is knowing someone has done it before you. If they can do it, if she can do it, I can do it. Have you had that experience? If here's someone who actually has done it, I can do it too. Now I know. Now I know it's possible, right? So it's incredible. I hope that you enjoyed this, and take care. I'll see you guys next time. Post your comments in the section below. Thanks so much. Talk soon. Bye. Hey, so you made it to the end of the video. I have a lot more that you're going to enjoy. So be sure to click on the next one, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as smash that notification button so make sure that you always know what's happening. This is Agatha for Fueled, and I will see you in the next video.